What it do, YouTube? I am your boy, Tony Vogue, the eBoy, Zombie Slayer. And on this, my B channel, we often investigate and react to things across YouTube that fall within my wheelhouse of interests. Well, today, we'll discuss the CIA's secret time travel program. Real crazy research. Now, this video that I'm going to react to isn't by any kook conspiracy theory channel. In fact, it comes to us from none other than the reputable, by internet standards, infographics show, whom I do have a lot of respect for. So, I will have a high bar of expectation in this video. That being said, I know I will not be disappointed.
Two dim lights illuminate the room. More a concrete box, really, unpainted and with power cables running along the upper edges of the wall. Some of these cables plunge into adjoining rooms, others snake down the wall and along the floor to a chair-like device. It looks a bit like an electric chair, but with a bulkier rear section that hums with power. A scientist works at a panel at the rear of the chair, while a second scientist secures a skull cap to the young teenage boy being strapped into the chair by a guard. The skull cap has dozens of wires of different colors and sizes, all running out of it and into the strange machine. The young boy looks scared but determined. The guard tests the restraints, then when satisfied nods at two men in black suits standing by the entrance to this dimly lit concrete room. The men are smartly dressed and both wear dark sunglasses despite the low light. One of the men in black now looks at the scientists. Begin. The scientist at the rear of the machine furiously works the controls as the entire thing powers up with an audible hum of electricity. The boy's eyes widen in fear, but the second scientist leans down to reassure him. Just like we've discussed, concentrate on the target and the date, September 4th, 1976. See the man's face in your mind's eye.
Wait, hold on. I thought this was an execution for like the last minute, even though I knew what the title of the video was.
Almost becoming unbearable. The boy grits his teeth and begins to yell when suddenly a bright flash of light and nothing. The boy is gone. A moment later, the boy returns once more strapped to the chair. He's sweating profusely and panting as the scientists rush to let him out of his restraints.
This did not happen.
One of the men in black rushes to the boy and lifts his head up. Did you see it? Did you see the target? The boy, exhausted, nods his head. And what did you learn? The boy barely manages to speak in a hoarse whisper, clearly on the verge of physical and mental collapse. He was talking with a man. New submarine in construction. Called it Akula. The boy faints. As the scientists call for a nurse and remove him from the chair, the two men in black meet together, speaking in low whispers. Tell the president our operative successfully infiltrated Soviet time space. He failed to gather any useful intelligence, except confirmation of what our field operatives already told us. The Russians have built a new submarine, something big. We'll try again tomorrow, with the focus on gathering operational and technical details. Project Montauk is a success. Project Montauk, the infamous conspiracy theory that might have inspired Netflix's Stranger Things, a show about a secret government lab using psychic children to reach out to a different dimension. Only if whistleblowers are to be believed, traveling to other dimensions is only the beginning of what the United States government has successfully accomplished deep underground in New York State. Camp Hero, New York was established in 1942 on the very tip of Long Island Sound. Disguised as a simple fishing village, Camp Hero was actually a coastal defense station packing some serious firepower, meant to stop a Nazi invasion of New York. The gun emplacements were set in massive concrete bunkers sunk into the earth, and defenders would be able to rain hell down on any invaders with 3 batteries of 16-inch guns and 6-inch guns. Shortly after World War II, the site was abandoned by the U.S. military, with the exception of a long-range radar station meant to monitor the Atlantic for incoming Soviet nuclear missiles. Today, despite efforts to sell the land to developers, environmentalists have succeeded in protecting much of the former facility, which has been turned over to the National Park Service. At least, that's the official history. If you're one of the unlucky few who visited Camp Hero against their will, then you know that the real history is far, far more sinister. 11 years after Camp Hero was officially shut down, 2 men underwent hypnotherapy to recover repressed memories they'd buried since they were children. Much to their surprise and horror, the men discovered they had their memories of their time spent in a secret government lab under Camp Hero buried deep into their subconscious. But now, the memories came flooding back. The tale is sinister. Discovered to be psychically sensitive, Preston Nichols and Stuart Sirdlow were both abducted by the government agents and brought to Camp Hero. Entering through one of the old gunnery doors, they took an elevator down to the bottommost levels of a secret underground research lab. There, the young boys were introduced to others like them, but there'd be no time for socializing. The experiments conducted deep underground varied, but all were pushing the very cutting edge of science, and often even beyond that. With rumors that the Soviet Union was busy researching all manner of paranormal phenomena in a desperate attempt to gain any edge they could over their American rivals, the United States government undertook a slew of secret programs to ensure American supremacy in every realm of warfare, even the paranormal.
It's like that
viewing
all over the
great
world
interest
right
from
now.
the intelligence community, allowing intelligence agents to get an inside peek at sensitive
any
Soviet
way we
installations
can.
without their ever knowing. Young children who were psychically sensitive were trained in remote viewing techniques and even had their talents enhanced through a combination of technology and various drugs. But if the US could use psychics to spy on the Soviet Union's most secret installations, then surely the Soviets could do the same. And so the Psychic Warrior program was born, with American psychic soldiers training to mentally defeat any psychic spies. Other experiments, however, sought to bend and twist the very fabric of reality itself. In the early 1940s, the United States had successfully teleported an entire warship in the incident which would come to be known as the Philadelphia experiment. The results of the experiment were messy, however, with the rematerializing ship having fused the living crew to its hull, leaving not a single survivor. Under the quiet grounds of Camp Hero, though, the US sought to perfect this technology. Teleportation experiments began small, with items such as apples or pencils being moved a few feet. The installation of a nuclear-powered generator allowed much greater energy to be dumped into the teleportation experiments. Until a stunning breakthrough. Researchers were able to teleport a test subject outside of the Earth itself. The subject was swiftly returned, but had already suffered exposure to deep space and died shortly after. Over the years, however, the technology would be refined to the point of allowing Project Montauk scientists to teleport individuals all the way to Mars. In fact, it's believed that in 2012, President Obama himself was teleported to Mars to meet with an alien delegation there running a cooperative research base staffed by both Americans and alien scientists. Aliens, of course, had their hand in Project Montauk, as it was their technology that helped to unlock the secrets of many of Project Montauk's greatest accomplishments. To this day, there's little known about these alien partners that the United States government has allied itself with, or their true intentions for our world. Perhaps Project Montauk's greatest accomplishment, however, was in the realm of time travel. The benefit of time travel is obvious. Imagine being able to send an operative back in time to avert national and global disasters. In fact, history as you know it today is all shaped by Project Montauk. The Allies winning World War II? That's thanks to intelligence sent back in time to warn President Roosevelt of German and Japanese plans. The US triumph over the Soviet Union in the Cold War? Once more, the secret work of American time-traveling spies, changing the past to correct future mistakes and eliminate potential threats. Of course, this is the history of Camp Hero, according to Preston Nichols and Stuart Swerdlow, with most of this history outlined in Nichols' series of books named the Project Montauk series. Nichols has been widely discredited and not a single one of his claims have ever been remotely proven to be factual. Even his claims of having degrees in various scientific fields are false, and he himself calls the contents of the Project Montauk books as soft facts. Swerdlow himself has often been discovered to tell contradicting tales of his own backstory, which he, of course, blames on his repressed memories and CIA brain wipes. Project Montauk is pure fiction. But that hasn't stopped legions of people from purchasing Nichols' books or believing the US government really did abduct teenagers to conduct mind control and time travel experiments. Now, go watch CIA spy techniques, or click this other video instead.
Shit. What a video. Check out the infographics show. And not everything we react to on this channel is fact, or is real, as our horror reactions go. But damn, they did some crazy shit at Montauk. Camp Montauk, Camp Hero, whatever. There's a Montauk monster. Y'all should Google that. If y'all into cryptids and shit, cryptobiology. There's a whole bunch of other shit that had to do with CIA research programs at Montauk. I can't remember specifically what, but check it out. I am your boy Tony Vogue. Please subscribe, like, comment. Boom, boom. I need to go to the barber. I know.